Hey guys, welcome to a new video that's really interesting. Behind me is the Model 3 stripped apart. This is a CarWow's local stand here in Madrid. So let's dive into the Model 3 stripped apart and check all the details you don't see every day.
In front of us is something very interesting. It's a Tesla Model 3 that's been stripped apart. This is CarWow's stand. I didn't know they have stands on the car shows. Actually, I saw one years ago, but this is something really interesting for the channel because this is an opportunity to see my car stripped apart and you can see all the parts. So this is quite an amazing opportunity. Sorry, there's some yelling because they're shooting on the go, so they're excited. Now let's dive into this Model 3 and check out all the inside details. So I noticed that there are matrix LED headlights, but the interior is from the first original Model 3. Now you can see the front metal shock beam. This of course cramples, so this is probably some sort of aluminum or similar in case of an accident. But you can see here the AC air intake, so these flaps open up when the car needs intake, so it goes through into the cooler that I don't see at the moment. Actually, it's, excuse me, behind this plastic cover. Now here's the radar that made in China. You can see the part number. They've disabled it for some reason. If you have parking sensors, so this car was apparently blue color. You can see the parking sensors color. So these are here. They removed them for saving. Now this was probably the most stupid decision, if you ask me, to switch to cameras, simply because this is more precise. Cameras, if it's some kind of wind, if it's some weather conditions like heavy rain, the wipers don't work. If it's very foggy, this doesn't work, but this works. So I don't think Tesla should have done that, but they didn't even ask the customers if they agree. They just did it in a software update without even mentioning. Now you can see here the inside. Now this would be the front space, and you can see the 12-volt battery. Now it's replaced by a lithium-ion battery. So this is the old battery. Here's the heat pump and the heat pump system. So this is the master of engineering here, because this allows the battery to stay at the optimal temperature, and this is why Tesla has the best power consumption and best EV range. You can see here these are actually 18-inch alloys, but someone repainted them into glossy black. That's interesting how they look in this gloss black finish. As you can see here, these are 18-inch. Now you can see the suspension, and you can see actually the inside body part. That's I'm not sure if this was repainted afterwards. I think it was, because you can see the blue paint, and I know the interior is some sort of like a beige primer color. Now interesting, I never saw this because of all the covers, but there is this water reservoir for the washer fluid, so I can see the size. I can't see how much liters is that, but I know it can take almost 5 liters. You can actually see here the VIN number. I think this was made in Fremont, and actually you can see the they've added this kind of fake windshield, but you can see the inside here that is usually covered. You can see the inside part of the AC vents. That's also interesting, and the sound bar. So this is stripped apart, obviously for some sort of a drag test or something like that. I probably missed that video. They've added this modified side mirrors. So these are the side repeater cameras. These have a huge issue, and Tesla needs to do a recall because the water keeps getting inside. This turn signal condensates and it corrodes the wires and the chip, and then it fries. On my Tesla, the whole harness was replaced and all cameras at least 2 times. So that's a thing that they definitely need to do a recall. I believe these speakers are indoors actually. You can see the dash, the original dash. still in the well, refresh or facelift. Someone broke this one, I can see that. But these seats are actually still holding up quite well. You can see the old dash, so I think they retrofitted the headlights. Now the cameras, you can see the cameras, how they look without the black cover on the top. They obviously left these cameras because they wanted the autopilot to work. They even left the door handles here, I guess, to fool the system, both door handles. Now, since we have this part, which is probably the latch or unlocking system, you can see that as well. They even left the puddle lights. I guess they didn't want to get any error warnings. So apparently, this is probably retrofit because it has this performance sport paddles, but I can't tell if the rest foot was in aluminum. Moving on, you can see here the top part of the battery. Now the battery is underneath from that end to this end. This is the top part where the rear seats come, and then you can see the amber or the orange wiring. So this is going to the charge port. You can see all of that. Now, what's interesting that you don't see, because of the cover, the position of the electric motor. So this is the rear electric motor, and it's interesting. I knew it was there, but I just couldn't imagine how it looks from top. I saw it underneath the wheel arches when I was, replacing my tires, but you can see how that looks without that. You can see the inside here and the outside part. Now these are like exhaust openings. When you close the door, the air needs to exit somewhere. It exits into the bumper, but it's hidden. But this gives you the closing sound. And now I have a theory for the new Highlander. They maybe change this to reduce the amount of air coming out, so it gives you the better top closing sound. You can see here on the bumper, Tesla logo and left hand. So because the charge port is on the left hand, I can't remember in China, is it on the other side? I don't think so. I know in the UK they have it on this side, if I'm not mistaken. But let me just go around here. Famous light that always, gets condensation inside. So this is interesting. I'm not gonna touch anything, but you can see the charge port from the inside and how that looks. You might have noticed some wirings here because the top is not covered, but that's that. And then you can see here the rear shock beam. So this is metal actually. I thought it was aluminum, but it's not. Actually, it wouldn't make sense. It is metal, so it does crumble if you get hit or rear-ended. Now, just looking at the bottom here, and inside for the bottom cargo space. Another look at the electric motor. Now we have some interesting also details on this end. I wonder if it was ever a plan for the right-hand drive, put a charging port on the right-hand side instead of left, but I guess that's not the case. You can see the wheel arches, so they've removed a lot here. So I wonder what this is. It says here radio. Model says here, actually no, is this, yeah, it says radio. So interesting. In the long range, there's a subwoofer here, so that might be for that. Maybe it's standard here. And just coming on this end. So interesting. I'm not sure if this rust happened afterwards when they stripped the part car, or maybe some water's getting in, but that's just surface rust. And then you can see the lumbar support they removed. That was a stupid saving on Tesla's end as well. Kind of pissed off the owners. I do have one on mine. I'd be very unhappy if I didn't. And you can see here they've even stripped the glove compartment. So that's that. You can also see if you remove the covers there how that looks, and you can see actually the wire harnesses, and look at the amount of wiring going through the car. Now they've probably switched to different harness for the new Ryzen processor. This is still an Intel, so that's one of the reasons maybe why they don't want to give you the upgrade for the MCU. They've added a button for unlocking the doors. That's weird. Maybe you need to, because to fuel the system if you have a stripped apart car. As you can see, they've made a plexiglass to cover to reduce the air drag. And now you can see again here the dampeners and the springs. Now the new Highland has much comfortable. You can order the parts from Tesla and retrofit them. You'll have much smoother ride because this suspension is very stiff. And you can see here is the famous air intake. If you turn on the car wash mode, it closes, but usually there's always some sort of water leaking in, and people have a bad smell. I had it a few times, but it's not an issue for me. Some people I know have very big issues for that. And over here is the front electric motor. Is it? I'm not sure if this is like a rear wheel drive, excuse me, or a front wheel drive. Actually, no, that's definitely not the electric motor, or is it? I don't think so, because I think the electric motor is located in this empty space, so this should be a standard range plus model or the rear wheel drive. I think this is just part of the axle, so actually it might be for the steering system, but yeah, that's it. That's a dive into the Model 3 when it's stripped apart. In this case, sponsored by CarWow. I wonder what Matt would say even if he had driven this car, because I don't remember seeing this on the channel. I know Matt bought his mother a Model 3, but I don't think he's driving one. But definitely probably did a drag race with this, or maybe CarWow has some sort of off-roading plans for this. So it's very interesting. I wonder what's 0 to 100 when you remove all these parts. So I'm gonna wrap it here. Give this video a like, share it, so other people can see it if they're interested, and if you want to share it with someone. So before wrapping it up, this should be, I guess, the horn system. There is no speaker for the pedestrian warning in this model. That was introduced later, but you can see here that. So very interesting to see my car this way. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.